In this video, let's now explore one of the most beautifully classic and often exam favorite metabolic disorder, alkaptonuria. This disorder is a gem for understanding how just one enzyme deficiency in amino acid metabolism can manifest in dramatic clinical and radiological features. Let's break this down from gene to clinical presentation. So first let me talk about the genetic and enzymatic defect. Alkaptonuria is a rare autosomal recessive disorder caused by mutation in the gene coding for homogentisate 1,2-dioxygenase, also known as homogentisic acid oxidase. This enzyme is responsible for one key step in the degradation pathway of the amino acid tyrosine. So the faulty gene is located in the chromosome 3, Q21, Q23. As a result, homogentisic acid, an intermediate in the breakdown of tyrosine, accumulates in body tissues. So therefore, let's now explore towards the pathophysiology, meaning what happens biochemically. Let's trace the metabolic pathway first. In this metabolic pathway, phenylalanine is first converted into tyrosine. So tyrosine, whatever is formed, is then metabolized through a multi-step process into fumarate and acetoacetate, which can enter TCA cycle and ketone body synthesis respectively. But in the middle of this entire process, homogentisic acid is formed and is normally broken down by an enzyme called as homogentisic acid oxidase. In alkaptonuria, what happens is this enzyme is defective and homogentisic acid begins to build up in connective tissues, cartilage, skin, and excreted in the urine. So this excess homogentisic acid undergoes oxidation and polymerization, forming dark pigments that deposits in tissues and process known as ochronosis. Now moving towards the clinical features, meaning how does the patient present? Most of the newborns and infants are asymptomatic. In fact, symptoms often delayed until adulthood, usually in the third or fourth decade of life, but some clues may appear earlier. The first one is the urinary changes, that is, darkening of urine on standing or after exposure to air. This is because homogentisic acid oxidizes into black color pigment and often first noticed in infancy. That is example, parents may report stains in the diaper. And next is the pigmentation changes. Over time what happens is bluish black pigmentation appears in the ear cartilage, nasal bridge, sclera, that is conjunctival ochronosis, skin of the neck and face. And this pigmentation is known as ochronosis and it is pathognomonic for this alkaptonuria. Now let us talk about the joint and skeletal involvement. So joint and skeletal involvement is associated with degenerative arthropathy, which is mainly caused by homogentisic acid deposition in the cartilage. And these patients develop early onset progressive arthritis, and this is most notably in the spine, particularly in the intervertebral disc and in the other places like knees, hips, shoulders, and the spinal involvement causes stiffness and chronic back pain in these individuals. So all these are the clinical manifestations what you will notice in alkaptonuria. Now coming back towards the laboratory and imaging findings, first let me talk about the lab tests which are very important. So urine homogentisic acid is markedly elevated. So a simple bedside clue, if I want to explain it to you, the urine darkens on standing or with alkaline pH. Now when we talk about the imaging changes in this condition, so the x-rays may show intervertebral disc calcification and there will be narrowing of the joint spaces, and also you can notice spinal osteophyte formation, and the CT or MRI can reveal ochronotic cartilage degeneration. So all these are the imaging findings. Now finally, let's talk about the treatment and the management part. So there is no definitive cure in this condition, but several supportive strategies helps to manage the disease. Like the pain management for arthralgia can be done by using NSAIDs, as well as the physiotherapy may give some kind of relief. Next, the most important one is the joint replacement surgery, especially is in advanced cases, that is also in the knees as well as in the hips. Now, vitamin C, that is ascorbic acid, can also be helpful. That is proposed that slows the homogentasic acid accumulation, but benefits are considered as very much limited. Now, the most important one is protein restricted diet. That is, limiting phenylalanine and tyrosine in the diet is most recommended, which is the theoretical rule but rarely practiced nowadays. And the experimental use of nitisinone, which is mainly used in tyrosinemia type 1, inhibits an upstream enzyme reducing the homogentasic acid production, but it is under investigation. So all these are the important points what we need to know about alkaptonuria.